One of these notions came from Rick Rubin's book. He's the music producer. And his whole sort of Zen informed theory is that ideas are found in the world, right? You don't create an idea, you find it. It's out there anyway. Realize really helps us because if you're a new person in the exhibit world trying to impress your employer, you think you're judged by how great your ideas are. And so you charge and you're really eager to make sure your idea is the one we end up using. Well, it's all the wrong instinct because chances are being a new person, you're just not going to have the perception you're going to eventually have as you get a little bit better at this. So instead, you're just out there looking, you're finding stuff, you're offering. It's like a seashell on the beach. You're walking the beach, you're finding something shiny, you share it with your team. You don't have to own it. If it's no good and people aren't happy with it, drop it, look for something else, and you don't have that same sort of ego connection. And that's an active metaphor that we're teaching because we think it helps. So our solution is to have embargoes throughout the day. At 1:00 every single day, we're not allowed to have meetings. And that way, every single person is free to collaborate in that 5-minute quick water cooler sort of way. It was really hard to pull off, to be honest with you, to convert the company to a place where it could do that successfully. Because as you probably know, if you don't have 99% compliance with a rule like that, you don't get the benefit of it because too many people aren't available. We've extended the hour a day to the whole afternoon now on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the purpose, again, of fostering this collaboration. So there's a real rigor around that. You have to live that value. You have to enforce it. You have to train it, like I said at the beginning. And then what you find is that people start to really believe in it and rely on it, and it becomes part of your culture. And then they're the ones protecting that practice. I think 3 is the magic number in a collaborative conversation. 2 can sometimes be overwhelming because the one person is the expert, the other person just shuts up. It's hard to do that in 3. When you get to 4, it starts to tail off.
You get unstuck that way.
You're unstuck, but you also maximize the opportunity for people to share and to iterate. Because again, if iteration is the key, right? You're going around on and making things better as you go. If you get to 4 or 5, anything beyond that, now everybody has to talk. It's just too damn slow. There's probably not enough daylight shining on the really brilliant work that goes on in these small pockets that would be enlightening for the rest of the team to have seen and to learn about. We have a monthly all-team meeting where intentionally we allow for there to be an agenda called the awesome updates. And we want the principals in charge and the project managers, people who are running the trains, to be the ones to speak to what's the awesomest thing that their studio or their particular work group is doing right now. And it's like a 1-minute update with an image. And because you're asking that person to nominate and then celebrate that collaborative achievement in progress, even though they're the project managers, you don't let them just rest in the sort of modality of being the spreadsheet person. Ask them to act like designers. In fact, we try to get everybody thinking like they're a designer here. It's really interesting to see how diverse opinions are about predicting when an early iteration of an idea is going to be successful or not. You have 2 different people, both with similar experiences and talent and past success stories, and with opposite views of whether this thing we're doing is going to work or not. So what I've tried to teach is don't judge it. Just iterate it, look for the flaws, look for the things that could become a problem, continue to make it better. We can always make things better. Their job is to find the things that don't work. Imagine a culture which is about looking for the shitty stuff and then calling that out. But that's what makes the films better because you're not stuck with the thing that just didn't work. It's hard. Yeah, it doesn't happen enough. One of the things that has helped is we've tried to stratify and say, look, we're going to put flags on every little component. The red flag things are the ones that need the focus and the attention. And we literally create an opportunity in the calendar to gather and look at the things that are red flags. And I wish we could do more. I wish we could invest in that more. It's the ongoing challenge.
I think of people withhold comment because they can't justify their thought or articulate it well. But their gut is telling them we're not in the right place here, but they can't really articulate.
It's a great observation. And also there is the sense of who are the opinion leaders. I did not expect it to be an important thing for good leadership success, but understanding who are the opinion leaders in your culture. And it's not even about the work. It's really just about the personalities that have the loud voices and can influence what people are thinking. If you're the passive person waiting to see what they think and you disagree, it's risky, socially risky to say, I think that we're fooling ourselves here. Well, we
Mhm.
often are. A bird in a cage is expected. A shoe in a cage is arbitrary, doesn't make any sense. An egg in a cage, that's art. My point is this. Everybody who sees that metaphor recognizes the same truth about where the value is. There's something universal about the egg in the cage metaphor that we all can agree on. So it does say that there is some common understanding of a standard of experience that would make everybody or enough people agree this is a good idea.